Hello, welcome to SEDES English. My name is Luis and today we're going to learn about simple past. Okay, so we use simple past to express actions that occurred in past. So let's see a couple of examples. So let's see that my sister cooked last weekend. So I can say she cooked chicken last weekend. So pay attention here. I know that the action is cook. I'm saying that it happened last weekend. That's past. It's not present. So the verb must be in past form, not in present. So the correct expression here would be she cooked chicken last weekend. Okay, so make sure that you use your verb in past form. Let's do another example. Let's see that my brother slept in the sofa. So my brother, so I know that the action is sleep. Okay, on the sofa last night. Okay, so here I know that the action is sleep and it happened last night, so not in the present, in past. So here I need to use the verb in past form, not in present. So the correct way would be here, he slept. He slept on the sofa last night. If we see here, we have one example with using cook, which is a regular verb. Sleep is an irregular verb. So the way we change cook into past is adding ed at the end. Okay, it's adding ed at the end. So that's why we have cooked. The way we change irregular verbs, it differs. Every verb is different. That's why they are called irregular verbs. So here, he slept on the sofa last night. So let's see at the formula for these two expressions that are positive examples. So he and she, those are the subject pronouns, the person who is making the action. Then I have the verb or action, and make sure that the verb or action is in past form. Then I have the object who receives the action. Okay, simple. That's only 3 steps that you have to take in account when you do an expression in simple past. Who makes the action? The subject pronoun, the person. Then the verb. What is the action? And who receives the action? The object. So she cooked chicken last weekend. He slept on the sofa last night. So let's continue and let's make a couple of negative examples. I'm saying that she cooked chicken last weekend. She cooked fish? No, she cooked chicken. So she did not, contraction of did not, didn't cook fish last weekend. So she did not or she didn't cook fish last weekend. She cooked chicken, no fish. So here, for negative, I need to use the auxiliary did, the helping verb did. Did is helping us to make sure that this expression is in past, is the indication for past. And that is the reason why we keep the verb in present form. If you pay attention here, I'm saying she did not cook. I'm not saying she did not cook. So if I have this verb in past form, she did not cook, this is incorrect. I do not need to have 2 indications of past, did and the verb. Only 1 indication of past is sufficient, is enough. So if I am using did to express past, there is no need, it is not necessary to have the verb in past. So that's why you keep your verb in present. She did not cook. She didn't cook. Okay, so let's do another example. He slept on the sofa. So he slept on the bed? No. So my brother, he did not. Contraction of did not, didn't. He did not or he didn't. So we're going to use sleep or slept. Remember, we're using the auxiliary did. That's the indication for past. So I don't need to change the verb into past. So we're going to use it in present form. So he did not or he didn't sleep on the bed last night. Okay? So he did not or he didn't sleep on the bed last night. The formula here, we have the subject pronouns, the person who's making the action. Okay? So he or she, subject pronoun. And then we have the auxiliary did. And then, of course, the negative auxiliary, the negation, not. Then we need the action or verb. And remember that since I am using the auxiliary did, the verbs remain in present. We don't change them into past. That's why we're using the auxiliary did. And after the verb or action, the object. Who's receiving the action? Okay? So I have that she did not or she didn't cook fish last weekend. He did not or he didn't sleep on the bed last night. Now, let's continue and make some questions in simple past. Let's make some examples using closed questions or yes or no questions. Okay? Pretty easy. All we have to do is to take the auxiliary did and use it at the beginning of the expression. So let's start changing this into a question form. Did. So you see how I'm changing the auxiliary did at the beginning of the expression. Did she cook fish last weekend? Did she cook fish last weekend? I only have two ways to answer this. Yes or no. Did she cook fish last weekend? Yes, she did. Or, no, she did not. Contraction, didn't. Okay, let's change the other one into a question form. He did not sleep on the bed last night. Take the auxiliary, put it in front. Did he sleep or slept? Remember, I'm using the auxiliary did, so the verb is going to remain in present form. So did he sleep? Did he sleep on the bed last night? Very important, use your question marks. Did he sleep on the bed last night? Two ways to answer. You only have two options. Yes, he did, or no, he did not. Contraction, didn't. Okay, so we have the three main forms of simple past. Positive expressions, negative, and questions. Positive, remember, you start with the subject pronoun who makes the action. The verb in past form. You have to study to memorize the verbs, mainly the irregular ones, because they change very differently. So she cooked chicken last weekend. He slept on the sofa last night. Person, verb in past form, and your object, who receives the action. Negative. You're going to start with your subject pronoun, then you're going to use your auxiliary did. The negative auxiliary, not, and then the verb. And the verb needs to be in present form. Since you're using the auxiliary did, that's the past expression, okay? So keep your verb in present form and then add an object. She did not or she didn't cook last weekend. He did not or he didn't sleep on the bed last night. Questions Closed questions, take the auxiliary did and put it at the beginning of the expression. Did she cook fish last weekend? Did he sleep on the bed last night? Here, same thing, the verbs remain in present form because you're using the auxiliary did, and that's the indication for past. So this was simple past. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment or contact us if you have any questions. Hope to see you in class soon.